In such a way, you like my mind. I'm feeling alive with this baby. You got my mind. I'm such a child. Excited. Makes me wanna shout. Have you around? I really love the way you love me, girl. You blow my mind, baby. I'm so alive with you, baby. You blow my mind, baby. Alright. So, just to start it off, I like that. It's called the Gap Band. The Gap Band. That's a little old school. That song was called Outstanding. It's pretty cool. Vibes with me, resonates with me. So, just to prep y'all with a little bit of frequency that vibrates with me, so it can vibrate to you when I send you this message. So, I'm new to YouTube. This is a video that's going to be based on information about the world and what's the world coming to, and the title for this video is going to be The World is Coming to an End. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why. Okay, I want to speak to everybody, and something fell upon my spirit to just speak it. So I'm gonna tell y'all what fell on me to speak. So recently, the spirit fell upon me to tell y'all about the world coming to the end, and how, at least with me, I know now it's gonna come to an end for sure. So the reason why the world is coming to an end, see how the nature just answers back and it just starts picking up, wind blowing quickly. The reason why nature is getting rid of everybody, or the earth is going to crash and burn, is because the human being is out of balance with nature, and for the most part we've adopted the new quote unquote I don't give a damn attitude, I don't give a fuck attitude about anybody, about animals, and we're suffering. So let's get to the point. The earth is dying because we're destroying the earth. We're not destroying it fast on a fast scale, but we can see what we're doing as the years come pass by. So we've heard of global warming, we've heard of animals committing suicide. Well, the reason is really no more purpose to really be here like that. The most advanced beings on the planet, which are out of all the animal kingdoms, are the humans, and we've become the dumbest out of the majority of them, just by doing one thing, by disobeying nature. Just by breaking the laws of nature, just by breaking the laws of nature, being the head organism on the planet, we can fall to being the lowest organism on the planet. Look at ants. Ants work together, right? They don't destroy one another. They don't go and destroy other ant communities. But we are one organism as human beings or mankind or whatever we like to call ourselves. And we'll go and destroy, ourselves. Give and take the shade that we might have. You see? So animals animals don't go to work, do they? But we do. So which one is smarter? See? So just by breaking the laws of nature, we fall to the lowest of the low. And we're supposed to represent the planet better than that. Because we're supposed to be the mouth for the planet. So with that being said, let me get started. So my message is the world is being destroyed, and here are the reasons why it's being destroyed. I'll give you a few to make my point. Here are a few points for me to tell you and give you these points of why I know the world is going to be destroyed. Let me start off by saying this. There are a lot of different Bibles where I will say the Bible has spoke about the world coming to the end. There are different religious texts that say the world will be coming to an end. There's also different stories with ancient civilizations that have a documented record saying the world has been destroyed in past time by floods and by fire. So it's nothing new that the world has been destroyed and will be destroyed. So what we're doing to contribute to the destruction of the earth, which I am telling you, we're at the point of no return of that destruction. Why? Because people are not going to stop their businesses because they need money. Because this is the reality we created for ourselves, that we need money. And the first point is, what is it that's destroying the earth? Well, here's the first thing. The first thing is, look at all buildings. Look at houses, look at skyscrapers, look at buildings. They have a foundation. The foundation is made of concrete. Concrete is, you can't do anything with concrete. It doesn't help the earth. It doesn't help in a natural way. It doesn't give back to the earth. It doesn't reflect the sun back to anything in a positive way. It doesn't do anything positively for nature. Only thing it is now is a dead space upon the earth where before was a space that could be utilized for life to grow from it and out of it. Now it's a dead space on the surface of the earth. With that being said, the problem with buildings and houses are, if you look at the entire earth, it has water and it has land. The water is right where it needs to be for the earth to be healthy. The earth, the continents are right where they need to be for the earth to be healthy. Now, if you go on top of those surfaces of the earth and you start putting artificial buildings and artificial unnatural things on top of that, you're starting to change the biology of the organism, which is the earth. Once you do that, you're changing the earth. You're not just putting something there, you're actually affecting nature. You're not just putting concrete there, you're affecting nature. So now when the sun reflects when it shines onto the ground, you see, the land that was there is being wasted now in nature. And what it's doing is you can't grow anything out of concrete. You see, you can't plant anything in concrete. It can't do anything to help naturally. Only thing it's doing is taking up space. And if you will understand that that's dead space, it's not alive. So these houses can be seen just like a cancer cell that the earth has on its surface of its skin. Cancer, because it's dead space, it's a dead area. Now if you look at cancer cells, they're nothing but white cells which lost their pigment, and since they lost their pigment, they start to attack the other cells because they basically lost the identity of what they are. They still one with the rest of the organism, but they attack the same organism that it is because it doesn't think it's that organism, but it is, because it's in the overall unit itself of that one particular organism which it lives in. So that's the problem within us as beings, human beings, and then this is what you see on the outside. That's how it manifests. The cancer within manifests on the outside. So imagine the buildings as cancer to the earth because they're dead space, dead area upon the earth you can't do anything with. The next thing is roads and highways. You got long streets covered in tar and covered in concrete and all these highways. That's the same thing. That's not natural. Now imagine, because think of the earth as being a living organism, and it's a body. To think of your body. Think of the organism as the bacteria that live on you. Let's say they get together and start building all of these strips up and down your body. 40% of your body now is covered in these strips. So that's going to throw your overall biology off. You're not going to be able to live as strong as you could before, when your body wasn't covered in all of these artificial things that the bacteria on your body made. But that's what we're doing to the earth. This is why earth is suffering, because we think we're advancing, but we're actually de-evolving. We're not evolving. We're not advancing. Okay, so the highways, the buildings, all of that stuff is taking up space, and everybody know America over here is growing rapidly. Okay, so the next thing I would say is just imagine 5,000 years from now, if civilization stays how it is, progressing with civilization, more houses, more highways. Imagine every continent covered in highways and houses and stores and businesses and all these things. It would almost be covered completely up, the skin, the surface of the earth. That's a growing cancer. That's not natural. And then you wonder why the tornadoes go and try to tear down the houses. They're trying to break up that concrete. They're trying to break up the foundation so it can go back to being the earth, not a corporate world or a corporate. You see what I'm saying? It's trying to break that up. That's what nature is. That it's not just nature is not just that. Nature is intelligence. So the purpose of destroying the houses is to get rid of that part, and next is going to destroy the foundation so it can balance itself again. See, our minds are so disconnected with nature, we're sick. The ideal is seeing the big beautiful house in front. You got the mowed lawn. You're not supposed to be mowing no lawn. Show me an ancient lawnmower. Show me an ancient lawnmower in Atlantis. It's foolishness. But this is what we're doing now, because we're advanced. But we're not advancing. Let me make this statement. All the indigenous people of this earth were advanced. And they were evolved. We are the ones that's not advanced. And we're steady de-evolving, and we think we're advancing. And this is what the problem is. The indigenous people, they lived in huts. They lived in buildings made out of mud and clay and sticks of the earth. Those are the ones that was advanced, because you can keep those structures for shelter as houses, and the earth is not going to destroy itself, because man he's taken material now and created a solution and may come up with concrete and all these artificial things that wasn't there before. But the ancient cultures and civilizations would have made that if it was needed. It's not needed. It's actually hurtful and it harms the planet. So we're not advancing, making groundbreaking with our ideas we're thinking, getting in epiphanies. We're not. We're just destroying the earth and the world. Okay, so the indigenous people of the earth all over all the continents were the advanced ones. That's why they stayed within the laws of nature. And the earth will never be destroyed with those types of houses and buildings, because they're natural. Here's another point. I gave you a few about the houses, the highways, and just imagining 5,000 years, if this continues, which is not going to happen, because the earth is going to be destroyed. And that's the purpose of me making this video, because I'm at peace with it. And it makes me so happy to know that it is, because you can just look out into the world everywhere and look at what's taking place. All the bad stuff that's happening everywhere. I don't have to mention it, and you know this. Everybody knows it's true. Everybody knows there's something wrong going on in the world. And so I'm so happy and relieved that now I know for sure that the world is going to be destroyed. And I'm at peace with it. And that's what this video is about. And it's going to happen. Because those who are in control of the earth are destroying the earth. And I did say we are destroying the earth, because when you start saying, when you start saying those people are the ones who done it, then you're not taking responsibility. So I say we, even though I am not the one who's destroying the planet, and it's the people who's in control of the world is the ones who are destroying the planet. But for the record, I say we, because I'm just taking responsibility. And the world is going to crash and burn, because they will not take true responsibility, because people need money for businesses, because we've created a reality where you need money. So they're not going to tear down all the houses and roads and go truly back to nature. Think about how scary that will feel if they tore down every road, every house, and truly went back to nature. You're not prepared for that. There's nothing else left for the human to do here, for mankind to do here. It's over. Because we were dependent upon nature. Now we're dependent upon Walmart. We're dependent upon stores and businesses. Okay? The next point I'm going to make is, another point is, the reason why the earth is dying and it's not going to change, it's at the point of no return, is because we're killing the animals. I'm making the statement that nature needs animals to flourish. If there are no animals, then nature has no purpose. Once we start killing the animals are not there for you to shoot them, cut the head off, and mount it and put it on the wall. It's not. The animals are part of nature. We are part of nature. So they're there for us, like we're here for them. Now, the problem is, If we're killing off all the animals and destroying their habitats and their homes, they have no place to go. Here's a question. Ask yourself this. Why do they sell you CDs when you can't sleep and when you need to sleep? And there's animals' voices and sounds on the CD for you to sleep. These noises are frequencies. The sounds that you hear, each animal has a certain sound. That sound is a frequency, and that sound itself the animal makes, adds in with the rest of the sounds that you hear to make up the one frequency that the earth is vibrating on. Once you get rid of one animal, you're changing the frequency. Once you're putting these animals in extinction, you're changing the frequency of the earth because they're not putting the sounds out anymore. So if you're out of nature and you can't stand the sound of a cricket, oh, that cricket is, I want to step on that cricket, I can't get any sleep. Those birds are chirping, and you go kill the bird and you step on the cricket at nighttime because you're trying to get some sleep. Oh, I hate those noisy insects. This is out of balance. They sell you these CDs because at nighttime when you sleep and those sounds, or you hear those sounds of those animals, that actually is the that actually is frequencies. And when you take one frequency away, you change the biology and you change the frequency and the vibration of the planet. See, you when you're not connected with the earth, you destroy it, and you think you're innocent. I mean, look how nature just responded to what I just said. It just picked up big time because it's the truth. We're destroying the planet by destroying the animals. They're needed. That's why they're here. Nothing is an accident. So I'm gonna go back to it because I didn't really want this to be long, but it's kind of going on long. But this is my message. Each animal that you kill, you're destroying the sounds that we need. When you go to sleep at night and the animals are making their sounds, they're making a frequency. Each animal you kill takes away the sounds you need for your body to recover while you're asleep. Because your ears still listen while you're asleep. Your ears are still listening to its environment while you're asleep. You never shut your ears off. You're just unconscious of what you hear when you're in your dream sleep. That's why if something's too loud, you'll wake up. So once they take away all the natural sounds, your body's gonna be thought off of balance, and it's gonna not gonna be in harmony. Your body's gonna be out of tune because you're not listening to the right tunes anymore. The tunes of nature is the original music, and you thought you were just shooting and killing animals in a fun sport. You're doing so much disaster, you don't even understand what you're doing. And nature is the last straw, the last line. So this is another reason why the earth is coming to destruction and coming to an end. And like I said, I'm happy with it. I'm at peace with it because I feel it and it resonates with me and I understand it now. And these are just a few points to give you so you will be able to understand why it's happening. And you will know that it's not something that's going to be too much longer away. It's not going to be too much longer away, especially when there are people who are trying to stop the destruction of the earth. It's just going to make it happen faster. Okay, so let's see. With that being said, I think I'm gonna end the message on that. I just want to say peace to all the natural beings. I want to say peace to everyone, and I mean everyone. I myself am a natural being. I would like to call myself a natural being. Natural. and peace to all my natural beings like myself. And that's my message, that the earth is going to be destroyed, because at this point we don't deserve the earth anymore. We don't deserve our own planet because of our own actions and the way we treat one another and the way we treat animals, our brethren and sisterin, which are the animals, to let you really give you the understanding that they are closer than what you think. They're closer than what you think. Why do you think that animals have a brain and we got a brain? Why do animals have a heart and we got a heart? You see? But they have what we have. They have emotion, but we have emotion. Don't they teach us not to make fun of retards? Don't they teach us not to hurt retards? So just because something has less intellect than you, it doesn't mean you should kill it or hurt it. But they at least teach you that about the retards, and not to make fun of them in any way. But anybody should be able to understand that. So you should be able to feel for the animals. But since you have no sensitivity anymore, you've been desensitized and traumatized. This is the end product, and this is what we come to now, is the world being destroyed, and anybody can look out in the world and see all the madness that's taking place. There's no point of return that it will change. Okay, so those are just a few reasons that it will change. And please leave any questions or comments, and I will go back and look over them all and come back and do a follow-up video on the questions and comments, because this was my message. And I was debating whether or not to even make a video, because I never made a video for YouTube or anybody, but it was on me that much to do it. So any questions or comments, you can leave them up there, and then I'll come back maybe in a week or two and make another video and answer questions and comments, anything like that. But this is important. I'm not a person that believes that we're just here, not supposed to be loving and caring for one another. It doesn't matter to me what religion anybody subscribes to, and we're not doing that. So there's no need for us to be on this planet. So the last thing is I'm not going to blame one group of people for the destruction of the earth. Okay, I'm not going to say one group of people need to die, because that's not fair. Who's to say who needs to die when there's bad people everywhere? So it's fair to me to say all people need to die. Everybody's going to be destroyed with the world. Okay, and I hope that makes sense to y'all, because that's true equality. And people talk about marriage till death do us part, but this is our world. It's actually one people under the sun. People just tend to focus on and zoom into the diversities. It's actually one people under the sun. No, it doesn't matter if you don't like it or not. That's all it is one people under the sun. And even the animals, which are closely related to you, it still has a sense of oneness that we can all relate to physically and logically, without even have to go into any other any other types of knowledge. So, and I will say I do believe in life after death, and so I'm okay with this world coming to an end and being destroyed. I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me, because there is life after death. But as far as this world and this world, it's already at the point of no return. And last but not least, what I'm going to say is I guess that's it. So peace to all my natural beings. You got any questions? Any questions? Leave any questions. Mostly just the questions. I'm not really up to comments. I know it's gonna be negative and positive. So just any questions. I'm gonna come back and do follow a video just to close the case because I like to learn and I learn from questions because it makes me question what if and whatever all that good stuff. So with that being said, peace to everybody.